I want to introduce one of my good buddies, Scott Muschett. He is the Senate comedian. And we already know the Senate, it's kind of a joke already by itself. So what he has to say really fits in. So everybody, let's give a round of applause for Scott Muschett as he is your Senate comedian.
First, I want to thank, whoa, I'm loud enough. This thing is like more intense than my personality. First, I want to thank DJ Scotty and Mr. James Royster. If it wasn't for them, my dork self wouldn't even be here today. So give it up for DJ Scotty and James Royster. Tell you what, I am just so happy to be here in the country with my fellow deplorables, my great American patriots. The thing I love the most about being in the country, and you know this is the truth, after 20 years in the swamp, I appreciate it a lot more being here in the country with you guys. When you're in the country, people still respect police. People still respect authority. People still appreciate our military. We respect our flag, and most of the time, we even try to be respectful to each other. And that's what I love the most about being in the country. Probably my second favorite thing is, do we have any farmers in the audience by chance? Any farmers? Anybody who works outside in agriculture? Okay, this person. Well, if there's any farmers here, I gotta thank you guys, because when that Golden Corral recently reopened, my tummy and I swear to God, I was the happiest fat person in America just to be back at a Golden Corral with 3 plates of food. And if it wasn't for the farmers, my fat self wouldn't be eating. So thank you for all the farmers and anybody who works outside in agriculture. I don't know nothing about it. All I know is I love to eat. I couldn't if it wasn't for people making it possible. And you know, have you seen what's probably even more frightening than my obesity? More frightening than my tummy. Yes, that's right, yes. And speaking of that, yes, sir, the censorship that Twitter and Facebook and social media has tried to do, that censorship is more frightening than my obesity. So in order to call attention to this frightening Orwellian big tech Silicon Valley censorship, I'm going to go back in the past, and some of you guys might be old enough to remember this. Robin Williams, Good Morning Vietnam. So we just recently learned that Biden and his son have illegally received millions and millions of illegally laundered money from China, from Russia, from Ukraine. Hey there, you can't say that. Well, who are you? I'm from the censor board, and I'm here to make sure that you don't say nothing controversial. Robin Williams, 1987, Good Morning Vietnam. Thank you very much. And speaking of controversial, did you guys see those debates? The town halls with Savannah Guthrie and Boy George Stephanopoulos? Now, to be fair, it is the job of a journalist to ask difficult questions, not to give them a massage. I get that. But Savannah Guthrie didn't have to become a pit bull, okay? I have ex-girlfriends that are more emotionally charming and congenial than Savannah Guthrie is a pit bull and our president. And then how about Joe Biden? This guy wants to laugh. He's like, you know, that's funny, but nobody's looking at me. Very good. I won't tell anybody, sir. It'll be a secret. How about the town hall with Joe Biden? Remember that?
I was asleep.
Well, I can see why, because exactly, Sleepy Joe, you said it, sir. Sleepy Joe basically got a massage from Boy George Stephanopoulos. So if you're going to be a pit bull to President Trump, then how come the same ABC media gives a massage to Biden? It's unbelievable. And by the way, those independent voters, those undecided independent voters, just happen to be former Obama speechwriters, okay? So with all we've seen, from the false Ferguson narratives, to our cities on fire for months, to the Covington kids, all the lies the media has told, and all the censorship on top of it, I think I would have more integrity than our media right now and the Democrats. I'd have more integrity if I said I was on a hunger strike with Chris Christie at the Golden Corral. So I just want to thank everybody for being here, because good people like you and your sacrifices make it possible for fat, lazy people like me to go to the Golden Corral. I appreciate all your sacrifices. And I want to tell you, I'm going to close with, it's like a double close, if you will. I really prepared for you guys today. The first part of my close, I'm going to tell you about my grandmother. She's the main reason why I'm still here, why I'm a Republican, and why I know that we're going to win this election. We're going to do it. My grandmother, guess we're going to win. My grandmother made it to 97 years old. And when she broke her hip, then I quit my fat, cushy Senate job and come down here to take care of my grandmother. And when World War II broke out, right after Pearl Harbor, as a woman, right, my grandma had a management position with a Heinz ketchup factory in the 1940s, and she gave that all up to go entry level in a weapons factory on the assembly line in Philadelphia. That's my grandmother, Eloise Bowden. She had a spine of steel. She made General Patton look sensitive and a heart of gold. And most people, if they got a lot of one, they don't always overwhelm you with the other, you know. The first day on the job, my grandmother had a hand grenade actually blow up on the woman sitting right next to her, and it took her arm clean off. And my grandmother stayed calm. She got that lady immediate medical attention, and she worked a double shift. And by the end of the war, she was the #2 run in the factory. But the important thing is the sacrifices of people like my grandmother. When the going gets tough, when you're under pressure, she did not waver. They did not waver at Valley Forge. My grandmother didn't waver, and the World War II generation didn't waver, and we're not going to waver today. We're going to get our president reelected, and we're going to save our country for future generations of all Americans. And then someday, even people who don't appreciate it right now will look back and say, wow, I'm glad those guys had it together. They saved America. So thanks very much for being here. And I'm going to put the mic down, because this last thing I'm going to do for you guys, it's a Hulk Hogan impression. And I don't want to frighten anyone. My tummy is scary enough. So I don't want to, I'm just going to put this mic down. And I'm going to close for you with a Hulk Hogan impression, okay? Hold on. Scotty, if I did it with the mic, it would just be too much.
I guess.
Okay, guys. Who remembers WrestleMania 3? There we go. Against impossible odds, Hulk Hogan. He body slammed Andre the Giant. And against all odds, we persevered at Valley Forge. Against all odds, my grandmother and her generation persevered and won World War II. And against all odds, we're going to win this election to get our president and hopefully Doug Collins elected. Yeah. So here is Hulk Hogan, right before WrestleMania 3. Don't be scared, it's just a impression. Now go away. Well, I'll tell you right now, WrestleMania 3, what you gonna do? Andre the Giant's going down, brother. I'll tell you right now, Mean Gene. What you gonna do, Joe Biden, with all your lies, and me and all these wonderful, great American patriots, and President Trump, and all our patriots all across America? What you gonna do, Joe Biden, when all your lies catch up with you? All of us deplorables and American patriots, we're gonna run wild on you. Thank you very much. God bless America. Go Trump and go Congressman Cars. Thank you.